Hi everybody, this is Wayne Trammell from the Remote Leadership Institute and the co-author of The Long Distance Leader, Stay Engaged and Connected While Working Anywhere, my book with Kevin Eikenberry. And today we are going to talk about something that is going to make some of us a little uncomfortable. Being visible to your peers, your manager, and your organization. One of the joys of working remotely for a lot of people is that we get left alone. We can focus on our work. We can avoid office politics. We don't have to listen to gossip. We can just do the work we're getting paid to do. And that's fabulous. And there is another side to that coin. The flip side is that you're not interacting with people on a regular basis. They don't see you and wave in the hallway, even if you don't have actual conversations. You are not literally visible to them. And that means that you might not come to mind when it's time to assign work on a project, or the boss has a developmental opportunity and it goes to somebody in the office that they physically see because they literally just didn't think about you. It's not that they dislike you or that they are intentionally ignoring you. It's that you are literally out of sight and out of mind. So you have to find ways to stay on the radar screens of your manager and your teammates. And let's be honest, a lot of people aren't comfortable with this idea. We believe that our work should speak for itself, that we don't have to showboat or draw attention. If we do good work, it will be recognized. It's unseemly, or it looks like we're needy, or we're not a good team player because we're being arrogant. But the simple fact is, when we're in the same place as the boss and our peers, they see and think about us far more often than they do when we are remote. And when the manager does think about us, it's often because something specific needs to be addressed, and it's not always positive. To be an active, integral, engaged part of the team, you need to be in their minds as someone who adds value. Not in a needy, narcissistic way, but in a way that's constructive. And in the book, we refer to that as ethical visibility. Not just calling attention to yourself, but doing it in a way that is positive, constructive, and ethical. What's the difference? Well, there are 4 components to ethical visibility. The first is that it's driven by the needs of the team and the organization, not about you. That means when you make a suggestion, it's for the good of the team. It's with the team's goals in mind. That's how you add value. It's not seen as being about your ego, but about being for the good of the team. Secondly, it's appropriate to the team culture. If your team is very reticent and very conflict avoidant and you're in everybody's faces, you might be visible to them and they might be thinking of you, but it might not be in a way that's going to be positive. So think about what is the cultural norm. Thirdly, when you interact, when you make suggestions, when you ask questions, when you raise questions, it doesn't diminish or embarrass another person. Often when we try to pitch an idea, it's at the expense of somebody else. You don't want to do that. You don't want to embarrass any other person. Again, if you phrase it in terms of the team, you should be fine. Ultimately, whether your attempt at visibility is ethical or not is ultimately judged by the behavior itself, not by your intent. So be very clear about the actions that you take and how they might be perceived. And you have to take those actions. People can't think about you or appreciate your work if you are invisible. Simple things that you can do. Use your webcam. Actively participate in meetings. Maybe just as important, be active in offline conversations and collaboration work. Contribute to those discussion threads. Answer questions when people put them up in Slack or Microsoft Teams so that you are seen as proactively contributing to the team. Fill out your profile so that when your name pops up in the chat, your face is there and people know who you are. And find opportunities to positively interact and network with your team, and even outside your team. Volunteer for projects and cross-division opportunities, because the boss very often thinks of literally the first person they see, and if somebody's in the office and you're not, it's not likely to be you. Out of sight, out of mind is a good way to avoid trouble. But it's not the best way to be appreciated, noticed, and given the kind of opportunities that you want for the future, that keep you engaged, that keep you excited about your work, that makes working with other people fun. And it doesn't give you a chance to show what a great teammate you really are. There's a lot more about ethical visibility and making sure that you are mindful of how you're seen as a valued member of the team, no matter where you work in the Long Distance Teammate. You can go to longdistanceteammate.com, learn more about the book and some of the additional resources there, or visit us at remoteleadershipinstitute.com. My name's Wayne Trammell. Thanks for visiting today, and I hope you find the book valuable.